So I have a few slingshots, some like this Barnet Diablo and this Barnet Black Widow. I've got the tubular bands and these big thick heavy pouches. I'm not a fan of these pouches. They're made of some sort of suede material or just a coarse leather, and after a few shots this sounds really soft, but they get quite abrasive on your thumb, and they're a big unwieldy pouch. Don't like them. Anyway, enough about the pouches, that's not what the video's about. I've also got some of these Chinese. This is a resin one, I've got a stainless steel one. They use the flat bands. I've even got Catapult, Slingshot, call it whatever you like, that I made myself, that again uses the flat bands. One of the issues I seem to get is, I don't know if you can see it very well there, but I get a lot of frame strikes, not sure why that is. Anyway, when I bought the Barnet Diablo, the seller very kindly sent me a load of these. These are 8mm steel ball bearings. Now they're way too small to use in the slingshots, catapults with the tubular bands. I really don't like shooting those. You can't see where they go. They go too fast and they go too far. So in my view, you need something a little bit bigger. And my ammunition of choice are these, which are standard 16mm, I think, 16mm, 14mm glass marbles. They're good, they've got a fair amount of weight, and the nice thing about them is that they're inert material, so they don't impact on the environment at all. So that's quite good. But I was recently in the States and I bought these. Saw them advertised at Walmart. They came in a large tub. I didn't have the weight allowance to fetch them back, so I just bought a couple of bags of these. And these are clay balls. Now these have made a huge difference to my shooting skills. You can see them as they fly towards a target, so you see the trajectory of the ammunition. They hit quite hard. The nice thing about them is if they hit a hard target, they shatter, whereas the steel ball bearings have a tendency to bounce back, and they become a bit of a hazard to anybody who's in the area. If you're not wearing safety glasses, it can be a bit of a hazard to you as well. So I quite like these clay balls. One of the other things I picked up were these, which are Crosman glass slingshot, purpose-made ammunition. They're quite good. Too big for the flat band slingshots. So these are some bands that I have for mine. The yellow and the pink one are commercial Chinese ones, and this grey one it's actually Theraband silver, which is just something I managed to get hold of. I quite like this. It's not particularly powerful, but it's consistent, and of course because I've got it, it's cheap. But these pouches are way too small for this glass ammunition, and of course they're way too small for a marble, at least in my view. But for these clay balls, they're fantastic. They've improved my shooting no end. I can see where the ammunition's going, I know where I need to aim off. And of course, people are going to say in the comments, well, you should use consistent bands of the same material and the same strength and all that sort of stuff. For me, it's just about having fun. I'm not hunting with these, but I get a lot of amusement from playing with these flat bands, and to me, it really doesn't matter which ones you use. I did buy some recently. You may have seen one of my unbagging videos when I got these. I got 2 of these from Temu. These are horrendous. They must be 1 millimetre, 2 millimetre thick. I mean, I love the pouch. It's a really substantial pouch, but you need to be garth to hold back on these things. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you use a clay ball or a ball bearing, but they don't have to chuck them with some velocity. But my word, you do have to pull back. I'm always in a bit of concern that the clamping mechanism used with the slingshots, which are the Chinese ones are the clamps, are not going to hold on to the bands. I haven't had an incident yet, but yes, they are unpleasant. So there we go. 8mm ball bearings, clay balls. I'll put some weights and sizes up somewhere in the video information. Purpose-made Crosman glass ammunition and marbles. Those are what I choose to use. Marbles, they work out between, I don't know, 3 to 5 pence each. These clay balls were dirt cheap. I think I got 1,500 of these for $7 or $8 from Walmart. These were slightly more expensive. I think these were about $6 for a couple of hundred or 150, something like that. And the steel ball bearings I got cheap, but you can get about 1,000 of these online for about 20 quid. So they're not too bad if you lose them, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's all in the name of fun. Yeah, there you go. Thought that might be interesting. Thanks for watching. Bye.